Thank you, Laska Hirlik. I'm happy to have the opportunity to speak on this important matter today. Ireland is viewed internationally as a distinguished and credible advocate for nuclear disarmament and supporter of non-proliferation. During the Cold War, Ireland was a progressive voice in the international sphere for disarmament. While superpowers were stockpiling vast nuclear arsenals and other states retained nuclear weapons or continued to develop secret ones, Ireland worked in the multilateral forum of the United Nations to rid the world of this scourge. Ireland has consistently punched above its weight on the nuclear issue. Through Frank Aiken's Irish resolutions of the 1950s and 1960s, to the formation of the New Agenda coalition in 1998, right up to the skilled diplomacy of the Irish delegation, which led to a reaffirmation of the Middle East resolution at the 2010 NPT Review Conference, Ireland has played a positive role. It is one area where Ireland's international reputation remains strong and credible. Our reputation is not something we can rest upon. We need to maintain it year in, year out, and build upon it. Ireland needs to remain a strong voice for international nuclear disarmament and a vocal critic of nuclear proliferation. This means we must not only criticise rogue states for pursuing nuclear weapons programs, but we should ask difficult questions of our allies who are dragging their heels on nuclear disarmament. We must also remain a strong advocate for rigorous inspection programs. If a state has a peaceful nuclear program, then that state needs to allow full-scale International Atomic Energy Agency inspections, and there should be no exceptions. Approximately 30 countries have developed nuclear power for energy purposes, and this too has its dangers, as we witnessed in Japan last year with the meltdown at the Fukushima plant. Unlike many of our European neighbours, Ireland does not pursue nuclear energy as would be our right under the terms of the NPT. Our energy mix remains nuclear-free, and I strongly hope that it remains so. Some commentators have used the current economic challenges that this country faces to advocate a move towards nuclear energy. I'm glad that this is gaining little or no traction with the public. Ireland must remain nuclear-free. The programme for government calls on us to develop our own domestic renewable energy potential through exploiting our wind and geothermal energy, our resources. This is where our future lies for energy in this country. Even the best regulated nuclear energy facilities can produce environmental disasters, as we have seen with the meltdown of the Fukushima plant. Prior to this disaster, Japan was seen as the gold standard for nuclear regulation. Nuclear energy is not worth the risk. The environmental, ecological and human risks are too great. Ireland is on the right side of the nuclear divide. No to weapons, no to developing weapons, and no to nuclear energy. We need to continue to spread this message beyond our own shores. The very existence of nuclear weapons brings a perpetual insecurity to our fragile planet. We need to move towards a world without nuclear weapons, and Ireland must continue to lead the way. I call on the Minister for Foreign Affairs to examine the merits of a nuclear weapons convention, not as a replacement of the NPT, but as a logical conclusion to the NPT's aims. The world requires a binding legal covenant which would provide for the elimination of all nuclear weapons. I am under no illusion that this can be achieved in the short or even the medium term, but the global elimination of nuclear weapons needs to be central to our disarmament policy. I will conclude with the words of Uachtaráin na hÉireann Michael D. Higgins, who said in 2010, then as a Labour Party deputy, "The aspiration for a nuclear weapons-free world contained in the NPT needs to be translated into reality with the emergence of a nuclear weapons convention, saving the world from nuclear annihilation."
Deputy.
This is the direction in which the world needs to move, and Ireland needs to provide that leadership. Thank you very much.